Class TYBVoc, semester 5th, subject is flexographic printing. Chapter number 1 is printing machine. Topic is type of printing machines. Type of printing machines. Basically, there are three types of flexographic printing machine. First one is the inline flexographic printing machine. Second one is the stack type flexographic printing machine. And third one is the common impression flexographic printing machine. Start with the first type of machine, that is the inline flexographic printing machine. You can see the schematic diagram of inline flexographic printing machine. This is for the better understanding of students. This is a schematic diagram which starts with the unwinder. The purpose of the unwinder is to feed the substrate towards the printing unit. After the unwinder, in some process there is a dancer roller system. After that there is an infeed system. The purpose of the infeed system is to maintain the web tension. If the web tension is not proper, there is creases problem, there is misregistration, there are wrinkles which causes a lot of wastage during startup. So the infeed tension depends upon the type of substrate, the gauge of the substrate, that might be in microns, and the configuration of the machine. After the infeed tension, the web passes to the first printing unit. In the first printing unit, there are 4 cylinders and an ink tray or fountain tray. In the fountain tray, the fountain roller or cylinder is submerged, which picks up excess of ink and supplies to the next roller, that is the analogs roller. The analogs roller is the ink metering roller, over which cells are created by mechanical engraving process, electromechanical engraving process, or laser engraving process. Over the analogs, a doctor blade is there which wipes the excess of ink, and a clean and even layer of ink is transferred to the raised portions of the plate cylinder. The plate might be a digital photopolymer plate or a rubber plate. It depends upon the manufacturer or the company, those who are printing it. After that, from the raised portions of the image areas, the image is transferred onto the substrate via an impression cylinder, which is most probably made up of steel. After that, the web passes through the dryer, where the ink is dried and solvent residue is removed. After that, the web passes through the second printing unit, where the second color is printed and simultaneously it is dried. If additional operations like slitting, die cutting, or UV are required, that units are ahead after the second unit, and after that the web is rewinded at the rewinder. In the inline press, the units are arranged one after another. They are driven by common line shaft. These types of presses are normally in wide web format, but they are uncommon in India. In India, inline presses are common with narrow width. In India, we normally print pressure sensitive labels and pouches. These types of presses print on folding box, corrugated, and multi-wall bags. In India, we most probably print labels. The main advantage of inline press is it can perform inline operations such as coating, die cutting, UV, and cutting. The next type of press, the second one, is the stack flexographic printing press. You can see the schematic diagram of the stack type flexographic printing press or machine. In this machine, the units are arranged one above the another or are stacked one above the another. Each unit is driven with care. It can print large repeats. It facilitates easy changeover and wash up. It can print on thin gauge substrate with accurate register. Working, we already have discussed the basic working in inline press. So we'll move on to the third type of machine. The third type of machine is the common impression press. This is the schematic diagram of common impression press. It is also called as drum press or central impression press or common impression press. You can see from the diagram that a single central impression supports all the printing units or stations. This type of machine holds excellent register. It can print on various types of substrates. There are from 4 color up to 10 color CI process. Disadvantage is that it cannot print on both sides of substrate, and working conditions are a bit difficult on this type of presses. Now the next slide is the applications of flexography. Flexography has a number of advantages over traditional lithographic printing process. It has a faster startup time and can print on a wide variety of ink on almost any substrate. It can also print on plastics, metallic films, cellophane, paper, and even on corrugated surfaces. Flexographic printing presses has extremely high speeds and is also suited for long run jobs. A good consideration for medium to large print jobs that need to be completed as quickly as possible. All these advantages are great, but what exactly can you use flexographic printing for? Let's see some of the most common and important uses of flexographic printing. Food packaging, medical packaging, brown corrugated boxes, flexible packaging. Now first we'll see food packaging. Flexographic printing is quick drying and able to use non-toxic inks. These factors make flexography printing desirable in the printing of food packaging. It can be basically be used in packaging like milk cartons, beverages, containers, food containers, disposable cups and containers. The second one is medical packaging. Since flexography is food safe with the right ink, it can also be used to print packaging for medicines and other medical supplies. It can be used for foil wrappers, hygienic bags, plastic and cardboard packaging. The third one is the brown corrugated boxes. Flexography's ability to print on wide variety of substrates and surfaces make it an ideal method for printing on brown corrugated boxes used in shipping and storage business. And the fourth application is flexible packaging. The ability to print on flexible and non-rigid materials makes flexographic printing useful when printing on rolls of material used for plastic and paper bags. Now the advantages of flexography. Runs at extremely high press speeds, prints on a wide variety of substrates, uses cost equipment that requires little maintenance, uses relatively low cost consumables, handles all printing, varnishing, laminate, and die cutting in a single pass. Now the disadvantages of flexography. The cost of flexo printing plates is high, but when they are properly cared for, they last for many impressions. It takes several hours to set up complex jobs that print, varnish, laminate, and die cut. Large amount of substrate is consumed to set up the job, potentially wasting expensive material. Thank you for listening patiently.